Hey, today we're in the studio with Tracy and we're talking about your personality type, your temperament. And I know there's a lot of different personality tests out there. Tracy, which one are we going to do?
So we're going to just do a brief overview of Meyers-Briggs.
Okay.
Okay, so this is based off Carl Jung, many moons ago, had started research on personality.
Okay.
And then Myers and Briggs came along later. And so what they really expounded on is that it's really more, not so much the personality type, but your preference or your tendency toward being a certain way. So they broke it into 4 main categories.
Okay.
And so I thought we'd just talk about those briefly.
Now, before we get into it, the 4 main categories, so what we'll do is Myers-Briggs, I'm an ENTP, so you've got these 4 letters, and so each one of those letters, there's 2 to choose from. So Tracy, you can talk us through that. But before you do that, and we'll put some links below if you want to take a personality test online. It'll be a free test. Why does it matter to people for them to know what their personality type is? How is it helpful for someone if someone's watching this and they're saying, yeah, I want to know what my personality is? How is it helpful in your marriage or at work or at school, or if you're a parent? What would you say to that?
Well, what they talked about is they were trying to figure out like what your preference is. So like the first one is how you interact with the world. Are you more of an introverted person or an extroverted person?
Okay.
That would be important information to know as a coworker, if it's your boss. In a marriage, like why am I always wanting to be around people and you seem more energized reading a book at home? So it gives you more understanding of people that you care about.
Yeah, that's good.
So
okay, so let's just go through it real quick. And again, you can take the test for yourself, but just give us an overview of the first 2 options. You already said it, introverted or extroverted.
Yeah,
Explain that.
So this is your preference of how you interact with the world. Are you an extroverted person where you're energized by people and by relationships, or are you more of an introverted person that is more energized when you're more on your own, doing quieter things, reading, things like that? Now, it's important to know, like an introverted and extroverted person doesn't mean one person likes people and the other person doesn't.
Right.
It's just what you prefer to interact with the world, that you're more comfortable doing it more of an extroverted way or an introverted way.
Yeah, and okay, so you're a what? E or an I?
I'm an E.
You're an E, and I'm also an E. So when you take the test, you'll find out, according to the test, which one you are. Okay, so the first one is either an E or an I. What's the next
So
letter
the second
set?
grouping then is how you gather data, like how you take in information, what you do with it. So that is either a sensing or intuitive.
Or N for intuitive,
Yes.
I-N. So an S is sensing and an N is intuitive.
Right. So you're gathering data as a sensing person is, first of all, you like to see things in a more black and white way, a tangible thing. So data is true or it's false.
Okay.
Whereas an intuitive person is intrigued by the possibilities and kind of more about, well, I'm going to just capture all sorts of stuff and then come internally and decide how I'm going to view it.
Okay, good. So which one are you? An S?
I'm a sensing.
You're sensing, and I am intuitive. And so a little bit of we're both E's, but she is an S and I am an N. We'll do another video later on how temperament plays into your marriage.
Yes.
This is just an introduction. Okay, so what's the next grouping of letters?
So the next one then is how you like to make decisions.
Okay.
So this is interesting for us. You're either a thinking or a feeling.
Okay.
So the thinker is you're very cool, calm, and collected. You're going to find out the facts. You're going to be firm in the opinions that you have.
More logical.
More logical, I would say. And then the feeling person is, as it says, more based on how you feel about it.
Okay.
So the way you make decisions is more about, am I comfortable with that? Does that make me feel good? Does that make me feel bad?
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that person doesn't think.
No, of course.
It just means that you lean more toward,
Correct.
not just for yourself, but maybe for somebody else.
Right.
You're talking with your kids and you're not just going to be logical, you're going to actually think about how they feel.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, feelings are, your tendency is toward thinking about how you feel
Yeah.
or how the other person might be feeling.
Yeah.
Whereas the thinker is really more just kind of looking at the facts and formulating that way.
Okay, so are you an F or a T?
Oh, I am definitely an F.
So she's a feeler and I'm a thinker. So
Yeah.
once again,
You're
in our marriage.
starting to see some of our, yes.
Okay. All right. So what's the last grouping then?
So the last one then is kind of how you prefer to orient yourself to life. Are you a judging person or a perceiver?
A J or a P?
A J or a P.
Judging or perceiving?
J is a person that's very routine. You make lists. Everything, it has a tidy place in your life.
Yeah.
Whereas a perceiving person is kind of the explorer, the adventurer, the person that if you're a judging person, you look at the perceiving person and say you're like a totally disorganized person, like your head's up in the clouds kind of a thing.
Okay, so which one are you?
So I'm a J.
So you're a J, and I am a P. Okay, so give us all 4 of yours. What are you then?
So I am an ESFJ.
Okay, and again, you took a couple tests online,
Yeah.
and that confirmed that that's what you were. And I am an ENTP. So I've just got one more question for you then, because remember, this is just an introduction. So there's 16 combinations, right? There's 16 different personality types. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16, if you wanted to know the math. Okay, so there's 16 options there. Which one is the best one?
Ha! That's a trick question.
Oh, okay. Why?
So there is no best one.
Okay.
The idea is not there isn't some perfect
Yeah.
combination of these letters to make the perfect personality.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's personality is unique and different, and
Yeah.
there's strengths and weaknesses to all of them.
Yeah,
there
that's
isn't
good.
any one of them that's less than another.
Yeah.
The important thing is learning that will give you insight into
Yeah.
yourself and into a person in your life
Yeah.
that you have a close relationship.
So I think that's good. I think we'll stop with that. There are strengths and weaknesses for all 16 personality types. So what we encourage you to do now is we'll put some links below so you can take some of your own personality tests with your small group, with your family, with a mentor, just even by yourself, so you can get some insight into your temperament, your personality, find out which one you are, and then go through the questions below and talk about what are the strengths and weaknesses of those personality types. Again, we'll put more links so that you can find out. There's a lot of stuff online about the Myers-Briggs personalities and all 16 types. So you've got what you need for the introduction. Again, we'll do some more videos later to talk more about what this means in your job, what this means in parenting and in your marriage and in so many other environments. So you're ready to talk about it, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Every Monday we've got new content coming out. You're not going to want to miss the new topic. And remember, don't just watch these videos. We hope you'll talk about it with your family, your small group, or your mentor. And if you've got some of your own questions or ideas for topics that we can cover in the studio, just put them in the comments below.